SportLink, a sport talk show that showcases topical Gambian and international sport news. The main aim is to bring to light the various sporting activities and events in the Gambia and around the world. Stay tuned to our interesting Suma legend as we bring you a veteran sport journalist, Mr. Lamin Cham, to take us through the history of the May Day. Finally, on The Viewpoint, we will talk about the highlights of 2015. These and many more coming up in the next 15 minutes. I am your presenter, Sila Chor.
My name is William Abraham. I'm the president of Real de Banjul. Please keep watching SportsLink, originally from the Gambia.
Welcome to the news segment, and I am Modu Lamin BI. And we begin with news that the Confederation of African Football has again nominated Gambian referee Bakary Papa Gassama for the end of the year Referee of the Year award. Gassama, who won the award last year, has been nominated for the third year in a row, and he will face competition from Eric Castaing of Gabon, Gerd Grisha of Egypt, Zambia's Janis Kazwe, and Alom Nient of Cameroon. The Gambian, who finished second in the 2013 edition, participated in his fourth consecutive Africa Cup of Nations finals in 2015. He was one of 3 referees from Africa selected to officiate at the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. And Chelsea have sacked manager Jose Mourinho 7 months after he led them to the Premier League title. The 52-year-old Portuguese had been in his second spell at the club, taking charge in June 2013. Chelsea finished 8 points clear last season and won the League Cup, but have lost 9 of their 16 league games so far and are 16th in the table, 1 point above the relegation places. Mourinho's final match was Monday's 2-1 defeat at leaders Leicester City. Pep Guardiola, Gus Hiddink, Brendan Rodgers and Juan de Ramos have all been touted as possible successors. Mourinho only signed a new 4-year contract on 7th August and is Chelsea's most successful manager. He won 3 Premier League titles, 2 of those in his first spell between 2004 and 2007. The Portuguese has also won the FA Cup in 2007 and the League Cup 3 times in 2005, 2007 and 2015. He leaves Chelsea with just a point off the relegation zone and 20 points behind leaders Leicester. And finally, Nigeria beat Algeria 2-1 in Dakar to win the Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations Championship. Nigeria took the lead in the final against Algeria thanks to a 14th-minute penalty from captain Peter Etebo. Just 16 minutes later, Algeria were level when Odugbo Segun Tope scored an own goal. In a frenetic first half, Nigeria took what proved to be a decisive lead as Etebo again struck, this time in open play, to put Nigeria 2-1 up. Algeria missed a key opportunity to draw level in the second half. USM Algiers' Zinedine Ferhat had a penalty saved by Nigeria goalkeeper Daniel Emmanuel in the 68th minute. Nigeria held on to win 2-1 to lift the trophy and take their place in Rio as African champions. South Africa's men, meanwhile, joined the crown champions Nigeria and runners-up Algeria at Rio 2016.
Good evening, my name's Eko Grant. I'm the CEO of Crown Sports Entertainment, the organizers of the first ever beach soccer competition in collaboration with the Gambia Football Federation. Basically, I'm here today to give you just a summary of what happened at the beach. There were 8 teams that registered for the beach tournament. I mean, we had to cut it to 8, of course, because we had so many people, teams that, wanted to play the beach soccer tournament. But basically, we had to ask, this is the first edition. So it's like, the final was played between Ismaila 11 and Lords FC. Lords FC, they're from Dipakunda, Ismaila 11 is from Churchillstown. But it might that Ismaila 11 won the first edition of the Banjul Breweries Beach Soccer Tournament. So, and the winner goes home with, the winner did go home with $15,000, and the runner-up went home with $5,000.
Here we have Mr. Lamin Cham. Mr. Lamin Cham, I would like you to give us a brief history of May Day.
Yeah, thanks. May Day Sports was started in 1991. It was the National Sports Committee. At that time they called them the the Gambia National Olympic and Sports Committee. They initiated the idea, and then they formed a committee in the same year which work on organizing it and putting sports as part of the May Day rallies. And they brought the idea to the Gambia Workers Union, and they embraced it. And then that became the birth of the first May Day sports back in 1991. At that time, of course, it was very few companies who took part. The governor then of the central bank at the time mobilized his fellow banks to come on board. The Social Security won the championship, and that time too, the Gambia Commercial and Development Bank had an athlete called Ibrahim Amani. Today is the technical director. He was the best athlete for that maiden edition.
Wow.
So that's what happened. So it became the property of the Gambia National Sports Committee from then on until 2 years ago, obviously, when it became to be organized by the National Sports Council. But it is grown from just a few companies now to 65.
65?
Yes, this
Wow.
year is 65. So you can see how it developed over the years to become the biggest nationally staged sporting event in the country.
Very true. On this platform, Mr. Lamin Cham, I must tell you, I'm impressed, giving us the history of May Day sports for the benefit of our viewers that do not have the history. People like me, I was novice in it, but thanks to you.
Probably you might not even have been born back in 91. Yeah, but the thing that makes it more popular is the unique features it has. For example, this feature that's called the tug of war, the musical chair in particular, the pillow fight and the Gracie pole, those were very new to Gambians. So when the people turn up and saw those exciting sporting events, people were attracted. So the event became instantly popular. And it grew from strength to strength because companies who have seen the previous edition say, okay, next time I will register my company first. And you know what it does is not just the promotion of, comradeship among workers, but it also encourages institutions and companies to focus on development of sports within their institutions. And then, of course, there's a greater realization now that, a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. So physical activity is very important, even to the welfare and the efficiency and productivity of a workforce. So the May Day sports really came to fill that void. And today it is the biggest national sporting event that is really homegrown and home cultivated. And I must tell you that it has also been replicated elsewhere in the world. The Association of National Olympic Committees of Africa, called ANOCA, have come here to look at the May Day sports, how it is organized. And then it was recommended to the IOC, that's the International Olympic Committee, and they consider it and declare it as a mass sport. It's not easy to get, not every sport gets to become a mass sport under the IOC, but because the May Day sport is very popular and it's really exciting to everybody, Gambians and foreigners alike, the IOC made it a mass day sport. So you see, this is how May Day sports is going, and this is how proud Gambians should be about it.
Wow. And I hope you'll be participating in one of the sport programs.
I have been. Back in the days of when I was a Daily Observer, I used to actually lead the participation of that company into the May Day sports in the mid-90s. And yes, I remember taking part myself in a few athletics competitions. Now perhaps I'm only good for tug of war, but I have not been given the challenge. I'm waiting for everybody to come and take on me.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Lamin Cham.
Thank you.
My name is Alaji Modunjai, commonly known as Biri Biri. Keep watching SportsLink, originally from the Gambia.
Welcome to this year's premiere edition of Viewpoint right here on SportsLink. Viewpoint is a segment that is created to discuss some topical sporting issues and highlights, and it's the first segment for the year of 2016. And we want to take this opportunity to wish you all a happy New Year, and let's just hope and pray that 2016 becomes a very bright year for all of us. Anyway, I'm sharing this platform today by my colleague Mohamed Sedigan and Mr. Rachel. Welcome to the program, guys. And
thank you very much, Modulambia, and Happy New Year to all the listeners as well.
That's right. And what we'll be discussing about today, basically we'll be reviewing what happened in 2015, the highs and the lows in the sporting events that happened around the world, and in particular the Gambia as well. But let me start with Mohamed Sedigan to tell us, what was your high in Gambian sports?
Thank you very much. I would say that it was a very successful year for me. My highest moment or my highlight in the year was when I traveled with the Gambia beach volleyball team to Abidjan, where we win gold and silver in male and female category, and that gave us the qualification to the semi-final of the Continental Cup. I think it's the highlight of the year for me.
Sarah, what's your highlight of
Well,
the year?
I would first of all start by wishing the viewers a happy new year. And then my highest moment to me, I would say, is when we went to South Africa and we drew, because
That's
we
the
could have,
national team of Gambia.
that's the national team of the Gambia. We could have,
In
you know,
June.
yes, we could have conceded a goal, but then we did not. So we went there, we fought against South Africa. It's a very good team, of course, and we drew. So that, I would say, is my highest moment.
And what's your lowest moment?
My lowest moment in the Gambia is when we did not qualify, because I was with high expectation that we would go for head, but then later on, you know, Gambia didn't go. So I feel very, very bad about that, and that I would say is my highest moment in the Gambia.
Sirikan, what's your lowest?
My lowest moment in Gambian sport was when Gambia volleyball men indoor team was disqualified from the All Africa Games.
Why were they disqualified?
We were disqualified because funding. I remember the air tickets, you know, from the National Sport Council. I came late that we cannot travel to Congo Brazzaville to take part. And I remember we received the air tickets when Gambia lost our game against Egypt, Mozambique, and it was DR Congo. So it was the lowest moment in Gambian sport for me and every volleyball lovers.
So, that's right. Viewer, let us know what your highs and low moment was in sport in the Gambia. And let's jump over to the international scene. I'm sure Sepp Blatter and FIFA will have been one of your...
It's the highlight of the year. Okay. Definitely Sepp Blatter's saga, the bribery of at FIFA level, you know, the body, you know, responsible for global football. I think that saga is the lowest moment in international sports, and then the highest is seeing Manchester United, you know, coming back to Champions League after, you know,
I knew you were going to mention that.
After missing it under David Moyes era. I think that's the highest moment in international sport for me.
Miss Sarah?
My highest moment in the international sport, I would say, is when Arsenal beat Chelsea. I guess under Mourinho's watch, I think this is the first time Arsenal has beaten Chelsea while Mourinho was still coaching Chelsea. So I would say it's a success, and that is my highest moment when it comes to
And what was
that.
the lowest moment?
And the lowest moment, as he rightly mentioned, when it comes to FIFA, because I per se did not expect that Mourinho would be involved in such how would I put it, bureaucracy sort of a thing. So this money laundering thing that was going on. So it was really bad to hear about that. And to me, that I would say would be one of my lowest moments in international sport.
Okay, those were the highlights and lowest moments in sports in 2015. So finally, let's get into 2016, because that's the year we are in right now.
Sure.
And what do you look forward to in terms of international and both local as well?
At the local level, Gambia, I'm looking to see Gambia beach volleyball to be at the Rio Olympic Games in June 2016. Yeah.
And how about in the international level?
In the international level,
Maybe United winning the Champions League?
not really Champions League, but seeing Manchester United, you know, getting these setbacks away and get the Premier League.
Sarah?
Well, my expectation when it comes to local football in the Gambia is we try to identify what our problem is and make sure that the Gambia at least qualifies. You know, if not, we can take the cup, but at least let us go on and
Obviously, the Gambia
qualify.
cannot qualify for the next Nations Cup, so that's going to impress.
Well, honestly, that is what I expect from the Gambia, because
And
I'm a Gambian.
internationally?
Internationally, what would I look forward to? Maybe Real Madrid, because I could remember the Real Madrid Barcelona. Barca always beat them, so I love that.
My top international moment will be when Arsenal wins the 2015-2016 English Premier League. What do you think? Let us know. Affinity TV on YouTube. And thanks very much, guys. And you know, that was Mohamed Lamin Sedikan and Miss Rachel, and I've been Mudlamin Bia, and we've been shooting live from the Independence Stadium in Bakau. It's a very special coverage right here, and I'm sure you all are aware that it's a GCCI trade fair. So make sure you come to the Independence Stadium to buy some products. Goodbye.
Welcome back. Well, that's all the time we have today, but join us again next week as we keep on updating you with more sport news. If you've missed out on the previous episodes, perhaps this episode you can check us out on Affinity TV on YouTube. Sponsors are highly welcome by contacting GRTS Marketing. On behalf of the entire Sportlink crew, We use this opportunity to wish the biggest supporter of sport in the Gambia, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh, and his entire family a Happy New Year. This maiden edition of 2016 was broadcasted live at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. I was your presenter, Sirachor.